Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Wandering with Jeannie, where we take a cottywomple approach to life. If you're not familiar with the term cottywomple, that is a phrase, a word actually, that means walking confidently towards an unknown destination. And I really think that that is a very good way to sum up what life is like for a lot of us. We are walking confidently, but none of us really know how, where, or when life is going to be done. That's the best you can do, right? Is really kind of walk confidently towards whatever is going to come next. So welcome to my channel. This is part of my series called Life is a Puzzle. You can find out more about that in my previous videos, but to give you a short synopsis, the idea that I have, and this works for me, is to visualize my life as a three-dimensional puzzle that has 8 corners. And when life happens, and that puzzle gets thrown apart and you have to try to put it back together. For a lot of us, we like to start with a corner and then work our way out from there along the sides and then fill in the middle. So my life puzzle has 8 corners. Maybe your life puzzle has 8 corners as well. They may be the same, they may be different. Maybe your puzzle has more or less, but everybody has their own life puzzle. So I am talking about mine. I'm hoping that you will find some inspiration, some information that helps you figure out your life puzzle and that we can all cottywomple along here together. So today's topic is the mental corner of life. And this one, I found 3 pillars that kind of hold up your mental health. And I do want to, I said this in a previous video, are some of these corners that sometimes people use interchangeably, but for my purposes, I'm looking at them as being very specifically defined. So for me, maybe I should start with the definition. For me, mental health is things that are intellectual. This is your executive function. This is your ability to understand, to learn, to think. Things that people sometimes use interchangeably are emotional health, spiritual health, social health, and those are all definitely very important aspects of life. However, I have separate definitions for what those things are, and so I will talk about them in later videos. So for today, mental health, as I said, these are the intellectual things about your life, and I have identified 3 pillars of mental health, and they all sort of hold up one thing. So this is very exciting. Let's get into it. So the first pillar is learning and mastery. And these are like the 2 ends of the continuum, where learning is when you start to learn a new skill, and then mastery is when you have mastered that skill. And both of those things are super important for your mental health. Learning new things keeps life interesting. It helps you figure out how to approach problems. It really can also help you effectively plan. Mastery, it gives you a sense of competence, and it allows you to also, as I said, these 2 things work together to plan effectively. And we will come back to that planning effectively when we get to the overarching concept of the whole mental health idea here. The second pillar is made up of adaptability and perspective. And adaptability is what allows you to make changes to solve the problem which you are actually dealing. So this, I believe it was Einstein, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong because I'm just operating from memory here, said that the mind that came up with a problem is not the same mind that can solve the problem. So basically what that means is when you are faced with a problem, you need to change your perspective, which is the other half of this, to be able to come up with the solution. Like you've hit a roadblock, you've hit a problem, and you're not going to solve it by just like banging your head against it or just trying the same thing over and over again. You need to try to be adaptable. You need to look for a different perspective. You need to change things up to be able to overcome whatever problem you're faced with. As I said, perspective is the second half of this pillar, and that is the ability to see a problem from different angles is a key ingredient in your ability to find effective solutions. So that's what I kind of said before. Ability and perspective are sort of 2 sides of the same coin as far as being able to solve problems. So the third pillar is open-mindedness and fairness. And these, like I said, these things are all really, really closely tied together. But open-mindedness is the ability to see and hear possible solutions beyond your own. And then fairness is the ability to evaluate possible solutions without judgment. And again, this is so key anytime you are faced with a problem or in a relationship or whatever it is, that you have to be able to consider all of the options. If you are just writing off options without considering them, then you're missing opportunities to solve the problem. And also being able to do so without judgment is a crucial part of solving any problem, is that you need to consider all of your options before you make a decision. So we have these 3 pillars of mental health: learning and mastery, adaptability and perspective, open-mindedness and fairness. And you may have noticed there were some other key terms associated with each of those pillars. And with the first one, that was the ability to effectively plan. The second one, that was being able to kind of understand and problem solve. And then with the third one is being able to see possibilities. And all of those things go into increasing your productivity. So if you are sitting somewhere today and you are frustrated and you are watching this video because, quite frankly, you probably should be doing something else, maybe you're on your free time. Let's hope you're on your free time. But if you are supposed to be doing something else, understand that these are some of the keys to productivity. Is you may need to learn something. You may need to use a skill you already have, but learning new things, mastering things allows you to effectively plan whatever it is that you need to do, because then you either are learning something new or you already know what you're doing and you can very simply roll into solving whatever the problem is. As I said, with problem solving, you need to be adaptable. You need to be able to take different perspectives. You need to be able to change things up, look at the problem from other angles, be open-minded also about where did the problem come from, and to be fair and not judgmental when you are looking at not just the problem, but also the solutions, because having more options will allow you to solve problems better. When you can effectively plan, when you can solve problems by using these skills, your productivity will increase. So this wasn't really intended to be a productivity video. However, the bottom line is working on these particular aspects of your mental health, your intellect, your thinking mind has a very, very high likelihood of increasing your productivity. And if increasing your productivity is something that would make your life better, then maybe these are some aspects of your mental health that you need to work on. So what do you think? Are these things that you consider to be part of your mental health? Is mental health the corner of your life puzzle that you like to start with or that you need to start with right now? If so, drop a comment below. Let us know where you are. Let us know what you're learning, what you've mastered, what problems you're solving, or if you happen to need some different perspectives on whatever you're facing. This is our community, and like I said, we are all here to cottywomple through life together. So feel free to let us know how you're doing. If you've enjoyed this, please go ahead, hit like, subscribe, and share, all the usual things. Thank you for watching this, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.